Greetings of the day to all of you. I welcome you all to this discussion on mental health conversation. Today is series 1 and we are starting with the ABC of happiness. आज आप चाहे किसी से भी बात कर लो, ultimately the goal is to be happy. What do we all want in life? Ultimately, the goal is that we all want peace of mind and happiness. So, we are starting with this discussion that what is the basics of happiness? That is, what is the ABC of happiness? So, what, according to you, is the basics or the ABC of happiness?
Well, before I begin the conversation, I would like to express my gratitude to the third batch of this happiness course. And they have expressed their desire to continue with such activity. I would like to tell them that three things they should note down what we have found in their lives. Number one, that they have some special qualities which others did not have. That is why they could not take benefit from this class. One, humility. Two, patience. Three, simplicity. Four, sense of gratitude. So these were the four qualities which I want to reassure all those participants who are desirous of, rejoining such activity. Okay, so you were something different from others. Well, another thing I would like to remind you that now you are in a position to create a wonderful world around you, having such qualities. So you are no more dependent upon us or any happiness class. Okay, you should behave like king or queen of inner world. And if you behave that way, then obviously you will attract so many people and you will have a wonderful companion with you and you can have a wonderful time as well. So this is a kind of tribute to all the participants of the third batch, that they should be ready to create happiness around them and create a wonderful world around them. Well, this is the first series, the mental health. Obviously mental health is the most important part. We're not talking about physical health. Maybe in the next series we could discuss that. But if your mind is strong, if you are resilient, then obviously you can take care of your physical health also. So basically in this conversation series, we are talking about how to improve your attitude, a positive attitude towards life, a positive perception, so that you have optimism, hopefulness, and naturally happiness in your life. So here we are discussing about ABC of happiness. My friends, my esteemed colleagues who have been part of the happiness school, they would add to what I say, and they would also ask questions that how to practice these things. Basically, we are not discussing the theoretical aspect only, but practicing those things in our day-to-day life, how to do that. That's a very important part. That is why I have invited all my colleagues here to throw some light on that, the practical aspect of being happy. Now, ABC. A stands for augmenting power. Unless you feel powerful yourself, how can you be happy? And when I say augmenting power, then I mean your physical health. Okay? If you're not healthy, then obviously if you're sick, how can you be happy? You will always keep thinking about how to recover, how to regain a good health. Okay? So, first thing is you have to have a good health. Okay? And then the power of the Supreme Almighty, spirituality, that gives you immense strength, immense power from inside. Okay? Unless you have that, perhaps you will not feel as happy. Okay? So that is another thing, that you should feel that you are a creation of God, and so that feeling will empower you. Similarly, you have to augment the creativity, the emotional power. So all these things you have to augment. Okay? So this is A. That is how you become more powerful. B stands for the balancing act. Okay? In life, work and life, I would suggest that you should integrate life to your work. When you integrate life to your work, then work becomes lively and the work becomes meaningful. And even life, if you integrate work with your life, then your life becomes productive, purposeful, creative. So integration of these two is important if you want to create a balance between work and life. You have to create balance between the spiritual and material aspects also, spiritual world and material world also. You have to balance between your rights and duties also. So the balancing act, second, is a very important thing, that you need to create a balance. Okay? Uh, say your family life is also important as your professional life. Okay? Your physical aspect is also important as your intellectual aspect. So balancing means integration of mind, body and soul, and equal emphasis on all the three. I do not mean to say that always you should be focused upon the soul only or body only. Okay? All the three are important. And C stands for character building, honesty, humility. All those characters of a good human being, that will make you happy. Because the difference between man and animal is that man is born with some special qualities. Man has the quality of being kind to others. Man has the quality of, giving help to others. Man has the quality of being thankful to others, which perhaps, animals do not have. So our focus should be on building the human elements. Okay? The character building is a very important thing if we want to be happier. So, in nutshell, I have explained this ABC of happiness. Uh, uh, in case I would like to have the opinion of other friends also on this, and then finally, I would also tell them that how to achieve this ABC happiness in your day-to-day life. What action should you take in your day-to-day life? That I would spell out later on, but to introduce you that this is what we mean by ABC of happiness.
Thank you so much, sir. It's like a cycle following from augmenting our material world and spiritual world, then moving towards how to balance that thing, and ultimately contributing towards character building. I think it's like a cycle that we all have to cover. Now, then the next step is how to inculcate it, how to augment these material and spiritual aspects. So any one of you from the panelists who would like to throw some light on the same?
Hello, hello everyone. So I think that these ethical values that Professor Mishra was talking about, and how to bring into balance our life, bring balance into our life, and how to integrate our various parts of our life, like mind, heart, and brain, and also bring a kind of integrity between whatever we are doing and whatever we are planning. So we need to be in a very calm and peaceful state of mind, because otherwise we will be, if we are all the time disturbed from within, we cannot plan anything, we cannot do anything. There is always disturbance within us, so we can't create anything new. So for bringing all these qualities within us, and we need to be at peace with ourselves, and we have to be very loving person, because when we are scattering love in society, we get the same kind of thing from society. We are also surrounded by love, but when we have to spread this love, scatter love, so we have to also get in touch with the source of love. So that source of love is the divine love. So in order to get in touch with the divine, in order to get in constant touch with the divine, we need to do some sort of meditation. So Sahaj Yoga meditation is a spontaneous way of connecting ourselves to the divine. Sahaj Yoga meditation starts after the awakening of Kundalini. So when Kundalini power, that is a dormant power within each human being, that is their own mother. So when that power is awakened, we are connected with our own source of energy. That source of energy makes us go on, work towards harmony, peace within ourselves and in society. This is the way that we have been adopting since ancient times. India is a land of spiritualism. Our roots are in spiritualism. So our ancient sages have found this way of Kundalini awakenings, but very few used to get. So it is modern times, and this is the time when many of the seekers who have been aspiring to get in touch with the divine, they have got this power, and they are meditating, and they have got this this kind of harmony within. And that is why there is some kind of balance, because there is so much confusion and evil outside. People's minds are working towards destruction in such a lot quantity that we need to have very, very good mindsets, who are minds who are planning to scatter love and goodness and peace around. Only then there could be a kind of balance in society also, in the world also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. It seems that it's like our responsibility to augment both the physical health as well as the mental health, and we can do it by practicing meditation, yoga, so that it simply says that what you sow, so you reap. Like we need to take that responsibility. So how do we move from that to taking responsibility towards balancing it? Any one of you would like to say?
सो मेरा ये विचार है कि जैसा सर ने भी बताया और मैम ने भी कि भाई बैलेंसिंग हम कैसे रख सकते हैं, तो मेरा एक छोटा सा ये रहेगा कि प्रेम, जैसे मैम ने भी बताया कि प्रेम और लव, इसके थ्रू भी हम अपने आप को बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब अपने को बैलेंस कर सकते हैं। क्योंकि प्रेम और लव अगर हम जैसे सबसे पहले तो हमें अपने आप से अगर हम प्रेम करें, लव करें, तो वो सबसे पहला काम हमारा रहेगा बैलेंस के लिए। और दूसरा, अगर हम घर से कर सकते हैं, जैसे अपने फैमिली में अगर कहीं डिस्ट्रैक्शन है या फिर वहाँ पर इम्बैलेंस हो रहा है, तो वहाँ पर भी सबके साथ अगर प्रेम का भाव बढ़ाया जाए तो हम अपने आप को बैलेंस कर सकते हैं। और उसके बाद अगर देखें कि भाई ऑफिस में काम आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, बहुत, लेकिन उस काम के प्रति अगर हम प्रेम का भाव दर्शाएं तो हम अपने आप को बैलेंस कर सकते हैं। तो मेरा ये विचार है।
थैंक यू
तो
सर।
थैंक
आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह से
यू,
कहा
थैंक
कि चैरिटी बिगिंस एट होम।
यू।
दैट सबसे पहले सेल्फ लव
या
बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जब तक हम खुद सही नहीं रहेंगे तो और चीज़ें, क्योंकि इट इज़ द पर्सन हु हैज़ टू मैनेज एवरीथिंग, सिचुएशन को, लोगों को खुद मैनेज करना। सेल्फ लव मूविंग टुवर्ड्स फैमिली, जहाँ से आपको वो स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है, एंड देन टुवर्ड्स वर्क प्लेस एंड सोसाइटी एट अ
या
लार्ज को जो हम कर सकते हैं।
थैंक
थैंक
यू,
यू सर।
थैंक यू, थैंक
एंड देन मूविंग टुवर्ड्स बैलेंसिंग के बारे में हम लोगों ने बात की। नाउ मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग, ये एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप है आई गेस, फ्रॉम बैलेंसिंग टू मूविंग टुवर्ड्स अ हायर पर्पस, दैट इज बिल्डिंग द कैरेक्टर, विच इज़ लाइक जो सर ने कहा कि वो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वालिटी है ह्यूमन बीइंग का। सो हाउ कैन वी शिफ्ट टुवर्ड्स दैट पर्पस? एनी वन ऑफ यू हु वुड लाइक टू से समथिंग? श्योर मैम।
थैंक यू श्रेया फॉर गिविंग दिस टाइम। सबसे पहले तो मैं सोच रही थी कि कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग इज समथिंग दैट आई वुड लाइक टू कम लेटर। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ये आई जस्ट हैव दिस ओपिनियन अबाउट what the choices of people, the conscious choices of people. Do you am I really want to be happy? Okay. Or I'm just the satisfaction is there the way I am, even if I'm not happy. Okay, the state of being. And ये दो कारण से हो सकता है, okay, external factor and internal factor. Since we are talking about mental health, one can remain in the state of sadness or the unhappy zone because of external factor. The surrounding is not very happy. Maybe the environment is not very happy environment. Maybe the neighbors are fighting all the time, or maybe the house that is just adjacent to it, they're having issues, construction, building. So it's always creating certain kind of disturbance, and it can be family member also. And there is another aspect that is internal. Okay, somebody can be medically ill, which is causing that person not to be in that state of being not even able to think about to stay happy. For example, when early in the morning, some people would like to play music, and consciously they choose uh, like some sad songs. Different people will choose different type of songs. Some people will choose bhakti song. They would like to listen to, okay, prayer song which would motivate them, and we, they will feel productive. Whereas some people consciously choose sad song because they like to remain sad. Whereas some people, if you look at the young people, they will listen to the rock song or punk song because that's how they enlighten their mood. So mental health has like two causes. One is external, one is internal. External somehow can be somehow if we can undermine external, but it is the internal factors that we need to take care of. And to do that, we have to find out, is it kind of caused medically, or if it is not medically, then like madam has said, we can take at least refuge in meditation. Now then only at least I think we can think about how to stay happy. Okay. And I don't know if I'm able to connect it or not. Now coming to character building, because character building is also important because through your character, it is not that you are limiting to yourself. You are also kind of reflecting to others through your character. Others are also able to build their own characters. So I think I would like to get some enlightening from sir. Then I will maybe I'll say something on that.
So basically, it's both things, mental health. It's about both the external as well as the internal thing.
Yes,
Sometimes,
I think like that.
yes, and sometimes I think it's the inside out, and sometimes it's outside in. When you can't, for we can't like when we can't move from inside out, it's something that like changing the external factors, and sometimes from inside that you have to be happy. I think it's like the both way. What is your opinion? Getting more confused. Okay, then okay, coming back to like the character building. Any one of you who would like to share something else?
For character building, you see that some of the good qualities our society has, because we live in India, as I told you, that it is a land of saints. So many things we are getting from the society, but the outside influences are there because now India is a globalized in a globalized world. So all the influences from the other countries are here. So we see that our own real spiritual wealth is being something, some kind of erosion is there. So that way now now the new generation, either they are getting it from the home or they have to inculcate these qualities all the time, praying to divine, that because ultimately only the strong character, only the good qualities, the innocence, chastity, honesty, faith on others. Okay, so all these feeling of love for others, doing good to others, all these qualities are helpful in making a better society. So students or the all the members of the society has the responsibility that the characters of the new generations, children, students, they should be on the sound grounds. Okay, they should be aware of these positive qualities, how these qualities are going to create a better world in which they would be able to live. If they are not able to have these qualities, then they would be surrounded by the evil outside, and they will themselves become the victims of all those evil practices. For example, if dishonesty is there in society, they are going to be attacked by dishonesty. Lack of faith, they are going to be attacked by lack of faith. They are going to be attacked by hatred. So all these negative qualities are going to attack to them, going to have an attack upon them. So they have to be careful. Now, how to bring these qualities? So in meditation, when we are sitting every day 10, 15 minutes, if someone sits, so one has to look at the inside, that what I had been doing, why I have shown this kind of behavior to my friends or fellows or anyone in society, why I have spread hatred or anger, why I'm feeling angry. So when one starts watching oneself, so what I had been doing, so watching oneself, one's actions makes one aware of one's own negativities. When one becomes aware of the negativities, then one starts praying for the positive quality. Like, no, God, I don't want. So he has to remain, every person has to remain in touch with the divine, the soul within, so that those qualities are coming. So whatever we pray for, these qualities are coming to us. It is sure, because when we are praying for the small things, God, oh God, give me marks, let me give me good marks so that I am able to pass this exam. So in the same way, we should pray, the students should pray for the good qualities, so that will also come to them, and they are going to pay him in the long run of the life. So only the prayer is the only medium by which they can have good character. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, आपने काफ़ी कुछ डिस्कस किया. लाइक सबसे पहली चीज़ अबाउट सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन, that in meditation we go through experience of self introspection. Then about the power of prayers, that how much power is like something talking to yourself and talking to divine, both communicating our feelings to them. And ultimately it's all about how you inculcate that values, the foundation क्या है जो character building की है. Thank you so much ma'am. Anything else that you want to share with regard to the practical aspects about happiness, how to inculcate this?
See, I just want to ask questions instead because I'm very happy that I have a panel of experts. So my questions will be like, can others take away your happiness? Or can you give happiness to others? And for example, if I want to give that happiness to my, two sons, one is just uh, 4 years and the other is 11, let's say, because they do not know what is the ABC of happiness, or so they do not know what is balance of life or augmenting of that happiness or character. So how do I make them happy, or how do they make themselves happy? Might be they might be playing their online games, or they might be demanding gadgets that makes them unhappy to us. It is happiness for them in one way. So how do I balance that also? That's, I think it's a practical question. So I'll be happy if you could, answer it.
I really welcome that question. You see, in my other earlier discourses also, I have pointed out that suppose a small child is playing with a dangerous toy and you want the child to give up playing with that toy, what is the way out? One way out is that you snub him and you snatch away the toy. Another way is you offer him a better toy to play with, and the child will automatically leave the dangerous toy and he will pick up your toy. That is a sweeter way of handling a child. Similarly, the happiness which he wants to get, you should tell him the ways which gives him greater happiness, which makes him happier than before. Like if you train him that here a fellow is very hungry, and when you give him the food, the man becomes very happy. Child will repeat the act, and he will derive so much of happiness from that. Okay? So my contention is that parents should always look for things better than the mobile phone or any other thing. Unfortunate part is that they have not been able to discover those things. Okay, and therefore they straightaway blame the child, and they show their helplessness. Whereas there are so many ways through which you can make your child happier. The point is that you have to do some research on this. We have not done so, but all the parents can do that. Even in the past, if you experience those things, your parents must have given you something better. And that's how they have groomed you in such a way that you have become a wonderful person. Well, taking cue from that, I would like to end my talk by saying that since this is a conversation on mental health and we are focusing upon the practical aspect which we need to follow in our day-to-day life, the word mind, so that people can remember it, the first letter of mind is M, meditation. Kindly do not start your day with notification. Start your day by meditation. This is one. Number two is I. I is integrate your work with love, with your life. so that your work, any work, whether it is cooking or office work, anything, that becomes lively. That will make you happy. Okay? And then integrate mind, body, and soul. Your wisdom of body is saying something else. Your own soul is saying something else. There is always a conflict between the two. You will never be happy. So this is integration is second thing, which will result into balancing act, which we said ABC. Okay, and third letter is N. N is navigate your thoughts and behavior as if you are the king or queen of inner world. Okay, perfect control over your senses. Okay, over all your habits. A king can only help others. But if you are a slave, if your mentality is slavery, you are a slave of technology, slave of mobile phones, then obviously you cannot be happy. So you should have the capacity to control all your senses because you are a king. Okay? So this is the third letter. And D is devotion, love. Devotion towards the welfare of others, benevolence, large heartedness. All these will make you a feeling of plenteousness, abundance. Okay? And that's how, from the core of your heart, you will feel happier. So, these four things, if you practice every day, nothing on this earth can make you unhappy. And I told you earlier also in my classes that happiness doesn't mean absence of sadness. Happiness means how you handle sadness with happy means, okay, or any such incident. So that is what I had to say about this. And
थैंक यू सो मच सर. अल्टीमेटली हम सब लोगों ने कहीं ना कहीं इनर स्ट्रेंथ की बात की है, टू टेक केयर ऑफ योर सेल्फ, टू बी किंग एंड क्वीन ऑफ योर इनर वर्ल्ड. एंड इट कंक्लूड्स मी सेइंग दैट happiness is like a perfume, wear it yourself and radiate it to others. That's all. Thank you.